Hi, I'm Melanie.
And I'm Nick.
We wanted to start a YouTube channel to talk about a variety of different topics along the lines of fitness and nutrition. Between the two of us, we have a combined about 10 years of experience within the fitness industry. After we graduated high school, about a year after, we both kind of realized that we needed to get back into some sort of physical activity. He and his friends started getting back into the gym. I also ended up going there as well. We had very minimal, if any, experience in what we were doing, I would say, at the time.
Definitely was eating way less than I should have been and working out way more and doing way too much cardio. And
Yeah, I was also doing way too much cardio. I had no idea how to go about lifting.
so eventually we joined a powerlifting gym and we learned a lot from the people that worked out there and the owners. And there were a bunch of different trainers that worked there that specialize in different things,
Bodybuilding,
like
powerlifting,
CrossFit, all that kind of stuff. So we worked with one of the trainers there for probably a good year. And just kind of worked on our form and got that down right.
And actually structuring workouts in a proper way.
And eating more than
Yeah.
you need to tier your diet to your goals. Like if you're trying to lose weight, obviously you eat in a deficit. If you're trying to gain weight, you eat in a surplus, and there's a bunch of stuff in between.
That's when we kind of started to get into tracking our macros, which taught us a lot just about our food intake. It was pretty surprising just to see like what serving sizes was versus like how much you actually serve yourself. And it was also super beneficial just to see like how to fuel our bodies properly with the right amount of protein.
If you're going to track anything, you should at least track your protein and make sure you're eating enough.
I also, in this time frame, started working at an all-women's HIIT studio. That was a really good environment to learn in, as it taught me how to work with different kind of people, and how to help people in different ways when it comes to, again, form and nutrition, because everybody is going to be different in how they receive the information and how they apply it to their own lives. So, after working out for a little while at that gym, we were starting to ego lift. We were getting really excited with moving more weight. And that's when he ended up hurting his back.
Deadlifted 450, and I probably couldn't realistically do that with
proper form. Yeah.
So I kind of did something to my back there, and then I was doing kettlebell RDLs. Yeah, my back popped, and I stopped working out for like 2 years that day.
Actually, also when he began working a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah, at a desk.
Which people are sitting at a desk a lot of the day. When you're not doing physical activity outside of that, it has a huge negative effect on your body, on your neck, on your lower back, on your hips, your hip flexors. Yeah, all of that is you're going to start to experience pain in those areas. You're probably hunched over because who's going to sit up like this for 8 hours? Yeah. All of a sudden, he had put on more weight than he had ever had in his life.
Yeah, probably close to 300 pounds at some points.
And COVID happened. I got pregnant. I kind of stopped working out as well. I just was so tired between being pregnant and doing the group fitness instructing. I honestly lost all motivation to continue going to the gym. He wasn't going to the gym either. No. We both were just like,
eating.
Oh, we're gonna have a baby, let's eat everything. Yeah. I put on, after having him, and lost the initial weight, about 30 pounds.
We had tried a couple times to get back into it. We probably had a Gold's Gym membership for maybe a year before we actually started consistently going again. A couple of my friends have started jiu-jitsu. So I was like, we were at the gym and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go down there. The first class is free. Super overweight, super unhealthy. But I went to the first class. You know, the guy I worked with on day one was super encouraging and nice, and I haven't missed a week since, and that was October 2021. Lost like 60 pounds, got back to where I was strength-wise when I was powerlifting, which is good because I'm 30 pounds less than I was then. My cardio is way better, my physique is way better.
Once I made the decision that I wanted to get myself back into the gym, especially for my mental health, that was something that was like my happy place. And I needed something like that for myself again. I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I love being with our son all day, but you get to a point where you truly do just feel like a mom, and you need a little bit more than that in your life. And I knew I was missing that piece of me from before. And it was hard because same thing, I was super uncomfortable in the skin I was in at the time. I honestly wasn't really even like upset with how I looked. It was just like trying to get back into the gym knowing where I used to be. It was hard initially, but I made the decision to try to train for a bodybuilding competition, because prior to having our son, that was always something that I kind of wanted to do but never really took the opportunity. So I have also lost all that baby weight. I'm actually stronger than I was prior to having our son on all of my lifts, which feels incredible. So he lost his weight by tracking macros. I've lost my weight by also being in a deficit, but my coach wrote me a meal plan, which was just more optimal style of eating for bodybuilding.
So we want to talk about why you should work out. Obviously, body positivity is a thing. You shouldn't just be focused on looking better necessarily. Like, obviously that's great for your confidence and your self-image. And the real benefit is the health aspects, mentally and physically. Working out is just much better for you in both of those. If you're working out, your brain is going to be more active. That's going to improve your mood throughout the day. It releases endorphins. It's going to help you deal with depression and head anxiety. Like, when I'm feeling anxious and I go to the gym, I most of the time feel way better afterwards. If you live a sedentary lifestyle and you don't do anything ever for years and years and decades on end, when you're in your 40s and 50s, you're going to be way worse off than somebody who's even been mildly active their entire life.
So when we say like that working out is important, we're not saying that you have to like go get into the gym today. That's not a requirement in getting healthy.
Yeah.
Simply going for that walk, eventually adding some jogging into there. There are so many other things you can try. Yoga, jujitsu, there's different kinds of mixed martial arts you can try. So there's lots of different ways that you can get active, and the biggest thing is just finding something that you are going to enjoy. Whatever you decide to do, you have to give it a real chance. The first time you step into the gym or you step into the yoga studio, the jujitsu mats, you're probably not going to feel super comfortable. You're going to be intimidated. It is intimidating. Trying new things is always intimidating, but that cannot be like, oh, I tried that, didn't like it. You have to give it at least a month. I say probably 3 months.
That's when you'll start to see progress as far as like improving in the hobby you're doing, or really seeing a change in like your physical and mental health. You really need to give that like a hard 90 days. And then at the end of the 90 days, if you're like, okay, I gave this a genuine try, and I don't like it, don't do it anymore. You don't even have to do a sport. Like, if you just have to do something that keeps you active. You play video games, when you die, do 20 push-ups. You watch TV, there's a commercial, do some sit-ups, do some air squats, do something.
Yeah. You can talk to your friends, your family, you can see what other people are doing, go with them. Don't do it just because they're doing it, but if you think it's something you're interested in, having people that do that with you is definitely helpful. If you are by yourself and you go somewhere new, don't be afraid to like kind of reach out and talk to other people. Generally, people are going to be super inviting. Of course, that's not always, unfortunately. In our experience, for the most part, any gym that we've become a part of, everybody is so helpful and nice. And
it makes it a lot easier.
Other people want to see you succeed. And like I said,
most people aren't going to just berate you for being the fat guy in the gym or girl. Or
everybody was that person who walked into the gym and had no idea what they were doing at some
They would much rather see
lives.
you in 6 months at the gym and have made a drastic change in your life than wonder, oh, where was that guy? Like, he was working hard. If you go for 2 weeks and you genuinely just don't go back for a couple weeks, like, just make it a point to start again. Like, you don't have to feel like a failure because you quit, quote unquote. You never really quit until you're dead.
So, and then there's your nutrition aspect. So, when we say nutrition, like, we are not nutritionists. We have registered dietitians.
Yeah, we have no paper credentials
when it comes to that. All we have is our experience and how we have gone about things.
Which we both have. I lost 60 pounds. Like, I went from having a huge gut to having abs, and she went from just having a kid to being incredibly shredded.
Before that, we had done like cutting phases and bulking phases. The biggest thing for me with the macros is that, like I said before, it really just teaches you so much about your food intake, even if it's not something that you want to apply to your life forever, because some people get too fixated on it. It can turn into an unhealthy habit, and that is something you do have to be cautious of. But it can be really eye-opening to see like how much protein you need to be hitting versus how much you're actually eating, because protein is going to make a drastic change in your physique.
Huge.
Calories are king and protein is your queen. Carbs and fats fall under that. When you're eating the proper amount of protein to fuel your activity intake, it improves your life drastically by not only your physique but also your fullness. More protein is going to help you be more full, and the whole point of protein is to build and preserve muscle. Maybe you don't think you have any time to go to the gym or to even go for a walk, and you want to still lose weight. It's possible to lose weight without getting active. The active part is because it's just so good for you, for your all-around lifestyle, but you can lose weight without doing activity. So you need to be burning more calories than you are eating in the day to lose weight. Everybody is going to be at a different number. We cannot just be like, oh, everybody eat this many calories.
Yeah, that just doesn't make sense.
And that's also why you should never just because you saw blank on Instagram and this was what they were eating, this is their calorie intake for the day. Like, it doesn't matter, and you want to look like them, it doesn't matter. Your body's probably completely different than that person, and your numbers are going to be completely different.
And the idea is just to get healthy. You know, it's not to look like somebody, you know, that you idolize, because everybody has different bodies. Like, there's no guarantee that even if you get completely fit, just as fit as this person, that you will look like them at all.
You should really only compare yourself to yourself. You know, you don't have to necessarily track calories and macros, but it's a really beneficial tool, like I said, just to at least do for a couple weeks, just to get that idea of what food is. You can eat like whatever you want in the day if it fits your macros. And it's exciting because, you know, you don't have to be super restrictive. If you decide that you want to eat like a bunch of cookies and you put that in and you work around it, like, you can do that.
There's a lot of people on Instagram and YouTube that just substitute things. Like, you can substitute rice cakes for normal breading. You can blend rice cakes with seasoning and it is literally a breading. Like, and you can use egg whites instead of a full egg. So, you know, you can air fry a piece of fried chicken and it be like 200 calories. Like, I mean, you can. It tastes just like fried chicken. I mean, it's fried chicken. Breading is just a lot healthier, and the batter is healthier.
Yeah, less carbs.
Yeah, way less carbs and way less fat.
So a big thing also that can help you when it comes to getting physically active, you know, you don't want to go into the gym and be doing things with bad form, because you don't want to be getting injured right away. One option is to hire a trainer that can help you with your form. Obviously, that's not always budget friendly for everybody, so utilize your resources. There's so much on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok that can help you. Save those videos, watch them while you're in the gym, take a video of yourself and see if you look like that person. So your very first step when it comes to wanting to change your lifestyle, because that is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to change your lifestyle. It's not going to be comfortable. It's going to be hard. The first step is making the decision that you want to do that. I knew how to get back into the gym. I know how to track my macros, but for the first year and a half after having our son, I just honestly, I wasn't in that mindset. I wasn't ready to do that stuff again. You have to make that decision for yourself. You, at the end of the day, have to make that decision for yourself that you are willing to commit to a change. And that's why it's important to find things that work for your lifestyle.
Yeah, we can give you the roadmap, but you have to take the journey.
If you are interested in learning more, please hit subscribe, and thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye.